All right, good morning, everybody. I'm going to be competing in Code Forces round 659. It's Div 1 and rated for me, so the commentary is going to be probably on the lighter side. I would imagine, at least. And then, good luck, have fun to everyone competing. Let's go. Good morning. There we go. Alright, the only difference between these two is the move this person does. In this version, letter Y must be strictly greater than letter X. Alright, you've got two strings A and B of the same length, consisting of 20 letters. In one move, you can select some subset of positions and select a letter Y from the first 20 lowercase letters of the English alphabet greater than X. Oh, all of them are equal to X, okay. So you can increase all of them. In string A. Let's know the smallest number of moves she needs to make in order to make A equal to B. Well, this is really easy. You can just, like, oh wait. Okay, I guess it's not that easy, but it's pretty easy. Alright, what is problem? Wait, what is it an entirely different problem? It's problem C. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, well, let's read game. Koa the koala and her best friend want to play a game. Starts with an array of n consisting of non-negative integers, and her best friend move in turns and each have an initial score of 0. Koa starts. During the move, a player chooses any element of the array, removes it from the array, XORing it with the current score of the player. Okay. Game ends when it's empty. The winner of the game is the player with the maximum score. If both players have the same score, it is a draw. Both players play optimally. Find who will win, whether it's a win, draw, or lose. Koa plays first, right? I really like Monogon's strategy of naming the players first and second. If you're not going to name them Alice and Bob, first and second is the next best, I think. So, ooh, interesting. So, yeah. So let's look at it for each bit. So for the biggest bit, you care. Well, once there are an even number of things left, if you have an even number of things with that bit on and an even number with them off, then it's fixed. What if we only care about the times when it's on? So if it's, if this bit occurs an odd number of times, then if we take it, we win. Yeah, so it's like, when do you lose? So if you take the 3 on the first turn, oh, I see. So like, let's look at the highest bit. It occurs an odd number of times. Okay, so if it occurs an odd number of times, it matters. If it occurs an even number of times, it doesn't matter, because either both players have it or neither have it. So that's this highest bit seems to be like the only thing that matters. So now we have a bunch of ones and zeros. And then if it's so you have an odd number of ones, even number of zeros, or maybe even or odd. But well, if you have even zeros, then it's a win. Right, so I take the first one. Oh, I guess that's not the case. Well, the number of zeros... Yeah, the number of zeros doesn't matter. I don't think. I think it's just the number of 1 bits it has. So if it, like odd mod 4 is equal to 0 or equal to 1, then it's a win. Otherwise it's a loss. Let me think about that. I think that's right. So if we have a group of 4, yeah, then we can do this and that, yeah. Okay. All right. So if everything is even, so we care about the first odd. Or we just care about how many times it goes. So and I counts if I mod 2 is -0, first I equals I. First I equals -1. Out, draw, continue. So otherwise it's not a 1 if first odd mod 4 is equal to 1. It's out, then it's a win. Otherwise it's a loss. Win, draw, win. How many test cases? The 4th. I think that's fine.
Problem, we got wrong answer, test 3, sir.
Darn it. So, well, this is really, where's it B? So this case is definitely right. Yeah. If it's odd, like if it's even, it doesn't matter. If it only occurs a multiple of 4 plus 1 times, then you can pair everything up. And you can also have one more. Or is that true? Oh, if they have a 0, they can take the 0. You can't respond. But then they have to take the other one. So what if it's a multiple of 3? So 7 might be an example. So take 4, you take 3. Oh, if you have 7 and a 0. Yeah, that's it. So if you have 7 and a 0, then you can win. So what does that look like? Well, what if you have 7 and 2 zeros, then you lose. So anything other than this biggest bit is a 0, because if you win in this bit, you win, otherwise you lose. So it's just this bit that matters. So yes, the break case is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0. So let's just make that really quickly. 1, 8. So I'll say this is a loss, but it really is a win. Because you can take a 0 and 3 1s.
Always a pleasure hearing you work, sir.
We have company.
Understood, sir.
So, do you just care about the parity of things that aren't this? Yeah. Okay, so now we care about the parity of everything else. Do we not care about the parity of everything else here? Okay, well, in this case, So care about parity of zeros. Okay. So int n zeros equals n minus first add. If n zeros mod 2 is equal to 1, then it's a win. Otherwise it's a loss. So this will fix this case. Do we still pass everything else though? Okay, so why do we not care about the parity of zeros in this? Because if you have an odd number of zeros, you just go second, which is fine. So the first player will try and trip you up, but yeah, I think this is fine.
Well done, sir. AC on problem B.
All right, good, on the board. So now we've got these A and C, which seems similar, which is nice because now we can like pause and think for a minute and like kind of have this continuous stretch of things to do. And I think I kind of want to just solve A before going on to C. So the question is, if we have any, so we look at the smallest thing, smallest element, because there's no sense in increasing a bigger element first. So we look at the smallest element. This will be all A's. And now we want to increase it to the smallest thing it increases to. We pick, yeah, so that they're all X's. So we increase all the A's to B's. And then we increase all of the B's to C's. So then smallest it increases to, is that right? I think that is fine. If we repeatedly pick the smallest element, increase it to the smallest thing it increases to. That way we get rid of all of that element. Maybe we combine it with something else. Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, so this should be easy to implement, I think. So this is really A. Int array counts, new int 26 by 26. Int array of in A, new int array 26. So this will take at most like 26 squared moves, that's fine. Ooh, some of the things in A does not exceed 10 to the 5th. What is 10 to the 5th times 26 times 26? Should probably be fine. Do I have a 1 second time limit, man? Okay, that's fine. Here's C in A, then counts all of in A at C minus A plus, and counts at yeah, this will actually be just 20n times 26. So it counts at, yeah, well, that's fine. So now 4 and equals 0, n counts at A at I minus A, at B at I, minus a plus plus. Okay. For int I or int from equals 0, from is less than 26, from plus plus. So counts it from minus equals of, or counts, no, of in a, from minus equals, counts it from, okay, in smallest 2. Wait, is it always possible? -1 if it's impossible. Yeah, okay. Alright, so now yeah, okay, so if of in a, if from 0 to 0, then continue. Otherwise, we need to make a move. And for int 2 equal, int 2 is from x1, I'll count it from 2 to 0 plus plus. So now find the next thing we go to. And now, oh, this doesn't work. We might make stuff too big. Will we make stuff too big? No, we never will, because we'll never pass anything. Yeah, okay. Good. So, moves. Yeah, I guess this is fine. So now, counts it from 2. So now we, well, what do we do here? Everything gets set to 0. Yeah. For int I equals 0, I is less than 26 plus plus. If, well, int to move equals, counts it from to I, counts it 2 to I plus equals to move, counts it from to I minus equals to move, of in A at from minus equals to move, of in A 2 plus equals to move. And then we move that amount over. I think that's fine. Not even close. If a at I is greater than b at I, that's what I want to do. This should not be taking this long to implement. Alright, so what am I doing? So first I move from A to B, hopefully. A to B, now I move from B to C. -1. What? Zero to 1. So now we have, it should be a 3. This should all get set to B. From to I. Why is this the case? Actually, we have this. Moving moving from 0 to 1. Yeah, we move 1 from 0 to 1. So I is 1. So we move from 0, trying to get a 1, to 1, trying to get to 1. There's one of those. Now we move from 0, trying to get to 2, to 1, trying to get to 2. There are one of those. What? Increment counts at 1 by 1. Incrementing counts at 1 by 1. And now it's 2. What the heck? What am I doing here? Now it's 1 of in A. Oh, because we subtract the 1B that wants to go to B. So this is all right. So what am I doing? So now there's one, okay, there's one B that wants to go to B. There's one B that wants to go to C. And there's another B that wants to go to C. Oh, what's it from? Man, that took way too long to debug. Oh my goodness. Ah, terrible programming. Well, this third one is -1. Why is this -1? This is -1. This is 3. Hello? B, print these, print -1, continue. Very confused. Moves ++, what? Oh, outer. Alright. That should have taken like 4 minutes. 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Good. Submit to problem A. Thank you. Alright.
Well done, sir. AC on problem A.
So, how are things looking? Not great, but alright. C has no solves, which is interesting, I guess. E has a solve by whom? Tourist, of course. Who else? Alright, so maybe I read it. Tourist is reading it. Selects two positions that are adjacent to each other for some I, and sets the first index to the bigger of them. Then he deletes the farther position, and they like get concatenated. How many different binary strings can he obtain by doing no more than n-1 operations? How many modulo 10 to the 9th plus 7? Problem D. It says a matrix of n rows and n columns. Each element in this matrix are integers from 1 to the product. For any matrix of this many rows, this many columns, the ith row is defined as okay, well, we know what a row and a column of matrix is. Thank you. He defines the spectrum of A, where X is the set of maximum values in a row, of rows, and Y is the set of maximum values of the columns. All right. Now he asks you to find some matrix of n rows and m columns such that each number from 1 to the product appears in exactly once in the matrix, and the following conditions hold. The spectrum is equal. What does it mean to be bitonic? If it increases, then it decreases. Oh, like monotonic, but two things. Got it. So if it increases, then decreases. I guess let's look at this. 3, 5, 6, 1, 7, 1, 7, 9, 2, 8, 4. So 9 is the max of this row, this column. 8 is the max of this. 3 is the max of this. Which makes it very easy because we can just fill in things like that. Wait, how do we do this? Oh no, the max of this column is not 3, it's 6. Might be can it be impossible? That's a good question. Thank you for not guaranteeing it's impossible, because then no one knows what that means. So I need 3, 8, and 6. Then 6, 9, and 8. Or this isn't 6, this is... Yeah, I have these backwards. So it's 3, 8, and 9 are the columns, and then the rows are 6, 9, and 8. So now anything, the 9 we need to put in the 9s group. And now we find, because like they match. So now the 8 we need to put here. And then the 6 can be here or here. It doesn't matter. The 3 can be anywhere. The max of this column is 11, but it's not 11 here. I don't understand. Oh, they don't have to be in the same positions. Just the same, like, the same values. I think I understand. Yeah, okay. Each row has to be pentatonic, also each column has to be pentatonic. Alright, well I initially misunderstood that problem. Lots of people are getting C wrong. couple people are getting E right. Like if we know what things are in each row, maybe it's tricky. Feels almost flowy, maybe. What if we just sorted them? That might be helpful. So here, let's do this matrix. We've got 12, 10, 8, 6, 3, 2, 11, 4, 6, 9, 5. Nope, not quite. 12, 10, 8, 6, 12, 3, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 7, 2, 11, 9, 1. All right, so the maxes are going to be 12, 11, 9, and 7. And along the columns are 12, 7, and 11. So we can reorder rows and we can reorder columns without actually changing anything. So we can get 12, 11, 9, 7, and 12, 11, 7. That won't affect anything. So that first thing has to be a 12, then this has to be an 11, and now this has to be a 7. Which means there's a 9 in this column, it's one of those two positions. Okay. So now we can fill in the rows, I think. Like what numbers have the potential to be the biggest? Or where can we place 10, I guess? We can place 10 in these two positions. That's it. Where can we place 9? We can place 9 in these three positions. But we have to place 9 immediately like next to a 10. So if we do this, then can we go from biggest to smallest? Or does greedy just work? What would the greedy be? The 10 is going to be the hardest thing to place. The 10 has the fewest positions to place. So you always place like next to the... wait. Oh my goodness, this scoreboard is like very scary. Guess we should maybe spend some time on E. Koala the koala is a binary string, so you can delete, you can take two characters, you can replace two characters with the max of them. Oh, and it's binary string. So it's just like their or. So you can delete a column of ones, but you can't delete a column of zeros. Like if you have a, or you can delete a group of zeros, you can't delete a group of ones. So is it, you have to have at least one here, so you can get 3 times 3 maybe? Oh, this can be 4 different things. This can also be 4 different things. So it's 4 times 4. Here you can delete, well, you can always delete a 0, or you can delete a 1, like 1 1 goes to a single 1. Those are your two moves. Delete a 0 or make 2 1s into 1 1. Question is, how many strings can you reach, right? Can you obtain? So yeah, this is like the hard part when things get, when groups of ones get combined. This is like incredibly scary. This has no solves. I don't like the scoreboard at all. This like suggests either there's a problem with the, like there's an issue with it, or it's just wacky hard. Maybe it's meet in the middle. So meet in the middle would be 2 to the 13, right? So you can get rid of one. You can get rid of like one thing. You can get rid of a number in one turn. Oh, is it 13 factorial? Is that the interesting part? Yeah, so we do the first 13 factorial and the last 13 factorial. So maybe it's like some optimization with that. Oh, first 20 lowercase letters. Oh, interesting. So 10 factorial. Meet in the middle. Yeah, okay, that's it. So we have all permutations of the first group and also the permutations of the second. So if you have like A, B, C, D, E, F, then you need an A to a B to a C, C to a D, and then an E to an F. Then you skip this here. So you have nothing that crosses this boundary. Now the hard part is that the sum is smaller than 10 to the fifth. This is very annoying. Oh, there are at most 10 test cases. Thank goodness. Alright. 10 factorial times 10. Very reasonable number. Good. Okay. So we brute force the first several things, brute force the last several things, meet in the middle. So like dp of mask equals, best way of doing this ending here. Alright, so this is our last hour of contest. It's a pretty big commitment, but I think we can do this in 1 hour. So let's start. Okay, so at most 10 test cases. Set void so boolean array used return index. Yeah, okay. So if index equals term dot length, then process this. Otherwise, for int index equals 0, plus, then we want to try and place this. So this is 10 factorial. And how do we process this? Uh-oh. We're going to have runtime issues here. 10 factorial times 10 times 26 is a problem. Okay. So this is an issue. So what do we need to count here? We need to count the number of, we need to count the number of things, like the number of cross edges. Okay, so now static int well, we're gonna need okay, and then this can be static int array forward edges, backward edges. Okay, so now we want to read in the two things, right? So int m equals this, array a equals this, array b equals that, int array transition equals new int array 26 by 26, void 0 less than 26 express. No, what am I doing? For char c in a, for char d in b, trans from c to d plus plus. Okay, so now forward edges is new int array 26, backwards edges is new int array 26. Staying in place doesn't matter. Backwards edges. Yeah. Oh, do I want to do a DP maybe? Just like to pre-com this. So this would be 2 to the, oh wait, I don't have a split point. It's not just the first 10, it's any 10. This is very big. Can we make it a bitmask DP then? DP at mask is equal to, well, I care about what mask I'm at and where I am currently. So mask and then at, and then what's the transition? Try going to each other thing. Go everywhere else. To the 20. Oh my goodness, it's going to be big. Times 20 times 10. It's very big. I have a lot of memory even. Memory is a non-issue. Yeah, so this doesn't actually work. This is a bad idea. Let's try again. So we need to do a DP for which places we've been to. It's like a TSP DP exactly. So which places we've been to, where we are. We try coming from every position. There are 20 ways of doing that. And we want to know if when we get there, there are any edges crossing. There are any edges from like otherwise unvisited stuff to currently unvisited stuff. So we can do that in order 26. Or in order 1 net. Okay. So int dp, so new int. This is going to be 1 left shift 20. This will be 20. Or, well, we want to put the 21st. Okay, so now a DP at any single letter will be equal to 0. So, yeah, okay. So those are all fixed. So for int mask, or int 2 mask, well, int mask equals 0, 1, mask less than 1 left shift 20, mask plus plus. Okay, so if, how does nobody have solves on this problem? Do people just think it's all meet in the middle and it's not? Oh my goodness, this is the scariest thing. What am I doing with my life? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I might be throwing away some very nice rating. So int 2 equals 0. Well, for int 2 equals 0, 2 less than 1, 2 plus plus. New mask of 2 is not equal to new mask and 1 left shift 2 is not equal to 0. Continue. If it equals 0, this is this here. Okay, so we can make this faster. But that's not really important, I don't think. And then we can also say, well, okay, so now int from mask is 1 left shift 2. Oh, this is going to be, it's going to be 20 factorial times 20 squared. Or 2 to the 20 times 20 times 20. It's going to be too slow. Two mask, 0, 2 mask. Yeah, it's this per test case. These standings are absolutely insane. Like, this is just Like, who rated these problems in difficulty? I don't know how to do this one though, so maybe D is where I'd check instead. So, okay, so for C, it's just gonna be too slow. Because they give us 10 test cases. Seems silly, but alright, fine. And then we need to do a 2 to the 20 thing. 2 to the 20 times 20 times 20. Maybe you can optimize it times 20 out though. Maybe it doesn't matter where you're at. Yeah, oh, it doesn't matter where you come from. The node you come from isn't important. It's just the mass you come from. Yes. Is that true? Yes, that's true. Yeah, so the DP at mask, like which node you're at isn't important. It's just the, yeah. Okay, so maybe it's a cool problem actually. Once you figure it out. Okay, so this is where we go to. So the from mask, so this is just a faster DP. So now this is where we go to. We want to see how many edges there are outwards. So int out edges 0. Well, how do we check? Yeah, so now we just need to check, does we need to check if anything leaves this. We can do a sum over subset dp to count how many are in it. We can also do a like n choose 2 over subset thing, I think. Maybe we can. Okay, so I think we can optimize this to 2 to the n times n for these out edges. So for each other edge, we say like the front is 5, front to whatever mask. So we'll iterate through the all fronts, like it's things with this front, which masks with this front. Here's the front, the back is in your mask. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so masks that contain front. What else do they have to contain? Okay, so this isn't an int array anymore, this is just a Boolean array. Let's say an int array front mask to back, so it's a new int array 26. So now front mask to backs at C minus A or equals 1 left shift D minus A. And then at D minus A or equals C minus A. So now every time, wait a second. If you need to turn C to a D and also a D to a C, I don't handle that. So the DP stores like max travels that are helpful. That's not super useful though, because if you go from like C to a D, man, why is this problem C? What am I doing? Why am I working on this problem? Has 5 solves. Maybe it's worth it. Okay, maybe I should work on E instead. Yeah, okay, let's do E. So do I want to do this? Is this a good move? Yeah, I guess. So you can remove a 0, or you can delete two adjacent, delete one of like, so 1, 1 goes to a 1. How many things can you reach? Could we do a DP where we store which position we're at? If we have some string we want to make, we definitely do greedy. So if you want to make like 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, maybe, and your string is the bottom one, 0, 0, 1. We have company.
Understood, sir.
Then when you match them, you match the first 0, like you'd match that, and that. So if you have like some prefix and you know what it matches to, then you're good. Right? Then that uses up as much of the prefix as possible. So if you have like a DP at your current value, it's really DP at suffix. This equals the number of things you can place. You can place a 0, or you can place a 1. If you place a 0, you go to the next 0. If you place a 1, you go to the next 1. Surely that can't be it. There's no way any reasonable coordinator on Earth would make that a problem E. So, oh, I guess plus 1, because you could also end. So Z, like, I guess it isn't hard to type up. Int array next 0, next 1. Static int go. Index. Static int array dp. If dp at index is not equal to -1, then dp index. If index equals dp.length, return 0. Because there's 0 ways of doing it. No, there's one way. You get an empty string. And then we need to subtract 1 from the answer. Is this single test case? It is. Okay, so now, well, what else can you do? So int ans equals 0. Static final not equals that. Okay, so now we can do, yeah, so the answer equals 1. We can stop now. Yeah, so it's 0 if you have the entire string. Or it's 1. You can just have the entire string. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So we need to subtract 1 for the empty string. So now we can place a 0. In which case we skip to the next 0. So now ans plus equals go index plus 1, or next 0 rather. If it's greater than the index dot length, then return 0, because like we can't place it. Place a 1. And then ants mod equals mod, return dp at index equals ants. Go at 0 is, well, just int ants equals go at 0, right? We're 1 too high still. What's my null pointer? Next 0, yeah, okay. Next 0 just iterate n, next 1 just iterate n. Yeah, next 0 just n plus 1. This should just be just this. If it's this, return 0. Yeah, okay. This can just be n. If line at I is equal to 0, then z equals I, else 1 equals I. Next 0 at I equals this, next 1 at I equals this. We're crashing. Why are we crashing? Next 0 at index. -1. Next 0 at index should be always greater than the current number. What? Is greater than or equal to 0? So the question is, why is this wrong? Wait. This says 7. What do we double count? Why is the 0 right? You can have 1, 2, or 3. Wait, so why is 0, 0, 0 returning 3? Well, is this returning 1 too many? Because if so, that would be amazing. Oh, because you can't delete. Wait, what am I doing? I'm not even like solving this problem at all. How is this 1 too big? What? What's going on? This is off by 1. Why is it off by 1? Wait, why does this work? I didn't even take into account. I'm not even taking into account the fact that zeros are different than ones. I'm just saying how many substrings are there. How many substrings of this are there? You can have a 0. So this should be 4. Oh, maybe 9. Okay, so you can either stop after this or include it. I guess you could also not include it. Yeah, you could either start at the first 0 or start at the first 1. You're going to have 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And then you can also have, well, the binary numbers are then 0, 1, 1. You can have 1, 0, 1. That's it. And then you can have 0, 1, 0, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 2 more you can have. Binary numbers of length 3. Oh, you can have 0, 0, 1 as well. And then you can have 0, 1, 1, I counted. You can have 1, 0, 1, and 0, 1, 0. So those are the 11 substrings you can have. So now the difference is we can delete a range of zeros. We can only place another 0 next 0 if we're a 1. Or if it's either after us or alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Alright, I think I finally appreciate why this problem is difficult, but I don't think it's that hard. I think it's just like some TP optimization that we have to do. So you can either, like, you can place a 0 only if it's after us or if we are a 1. But now we will miscount some things. Like if we have 0, 1, 0, or 0, yeah, if we have 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, I guess is better. Then wait, we do count this. So if line of index is equal to 0, else, so this is the placing the 0 part, we can always place a 1. We can always place the next one. So we can just delete stuff in front of it as we need. So if next 0 at index equals index plus 1, then we can place it. Otherwise, if we're a 1, we can always place it. So we get that right. What about 1, 0, 0? Maybe a sample might be helpful. We're overcounting. How are we overcounting? So what can you actually place? You can make a 0. You can make a 1. You can make 0, 0. No, you cannot make 0, 0. So this is a no. 0, 1 you can make. 1, 0 you can also make. No, wait. 1, 0 you can't make. You cannot make 1, 0. Yeah. 1, 1. But you can't make 1, 0, but I'm saying you can. So I get that wrong. 1, 1 you can make. That's okay. 0, 0, 1 you cannot make. I should be getting that right. 0, 1, 1. You can make that. That's okay. 0, 1, 0 you cannot make. And I'm also getting this wrong. 1, 0, 1 you can make that. 0, 1, 0 you can also make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one of these things you can't make. You can make, oh, you can't make 0. Yep, can't make 0. I'm also getting that wrong. Yeah. Right. So if if it's after the last 1, it's what we care about. Yeah. Only if it's after the last 1. Equals -1. Okay, so equals index is greater than or equal to the last one. Then we can place a 1, otherwise we place a 0. But we don't want just the last one, we want the first one in the last group. Yeah. So if line at I equals 1, and the last thing wasn't a 1, so and I equals 0, or line at I minus 1 is not equal to 1. So we still pass that. So now 0, 1, 0, 1. We say 4. Damn, why 4? So 1 we should be able to make. What about 0, 1? Oh, I see. You could count this one here. If you ended a 1, you could also do it. So if the index is greater than or equal to the last one, or we ended a 1, but this is wrong because then we're not being symmetric. So if you have 1, 0, 1, 0, we start here. Oh, maybe we are being symmetric. Yeah, maybe that's fine. Why is this different? Well, this part's no longer important. So this should be 6 still. So now 1, 0, 1, 0, 7. Okay, so let's see. So you can make 0. Well, no, you can make 1. You can make 0, or you can make 1, 0. You can make, you cannot make 1, 0. No, you can make, am I saying you can make 1, 0? I don't think so. I think it would be 1, 1, 0, which you could make. You can't start at the first 0. Yeah, that's the problem. So I'm saying you can start here. So I'm saying you can make 0, 1, 0, and you can't. I'm saying 0, 1, 0. I should also be saying 0, 1, so it should be off by at least 2. But I'm not. All of the substrings are 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Those all exist, and now with the length 3 we have 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Of length 4. It's just 1, 0, 1, 0. So which ones cannot be made? Can't make that, can't make that. You can't make anything that starts with a 0. One, 1 you can make. 1, 0 you can also make. 1, 0, 1 you can make. 1, 1, 0 you can make. 1, 0, 0 you cannot make either. 1, 0, 1, 0 you can make. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. So what would I say you can make? Can you make a 1? Well, you could take this and stop here. So I would count this. 1, 1. You could take this, you could move to the next one, and you could stop. I would count this. You could also take the 1, move to the 0, and then move to the 1 and stop. So I count 1, 0, 1. I don't think I count 1, 0. Because we have the issue of like 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 maybe. So I don't count 1, 0, even though I should. And then I count 0, 1, which I shouldn't. And I also count 0, 1, 0, which I shouldn't. So I'm wrong in at least 2 ways. DP at my position assumes that I have used that suffix so far. So the issue is I'm not counting 1, 0 because you might be able to skip to the last 1 always. You can always skip to the last 1, yeah. So what could you do? You could place a 0. You can place a 1, or place the next 0. You can always do. Place the next 0. You can place the next 1. Or I suppose you can place the last 1. Really, you can place any 1. Yeah, you might have like a big group of zeros somewhere that you want to take all of. So you can place any 1 after this. But the 1 that you place needs to be distinguishable somehow. Maybe instead we consider placing groups of zeros. So now we would be at dp at certain position. That would be our state. Now if we place a block of zeros all at once, then we move on to the first one after that block. Yeah, okay. So we brute force how many zeros we place. Then after placing that many zeros, we move on to the first one after that block. Man, I think I'm not going to finish this, unfortunately. Which is really disappointing, but oh well. So now we have this monotonic like chain of like you place this many zeros, you go here. If you place fewer zeros, you go here. If you place even fewer, you go here. So you've got this like this series of positions that you can jump to. And you're always going to be at a 1 position. So now it's like dp at lengths 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, etc. Yeah, okay, I think I see. So we're going to need 2 dp's. So we'll have like a dp1, which will be, if you're at this 1, how many strings? Can you place? And then dp2, well, so then dp1 at some index will be like 4 to place equals 0 all the way up to max or whatever. So now like plus equals dp at like the next thing, yeah, next thing with that many zeros. Make an E2, I guess. So this DP might still be helpful, but not like this. Okay, so now I equals n minus 1, that's greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus. Or we need a group of zeros. We need like some zero groups to keep track of. So yeah, so now this will be like 0, this will be 4, 2, 1, and 0. guess I'm missing something, which is... No, I'm not missing anything. I don't have enough time to finish it, though. Darn it. How do we handle this? If we have four zeros in a row. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh no, yeah, this is the next most solved one. Okay, so I have the general idea, but I'm not gonna be able to solve. So if you have 4 zeros in a row, that's like a 4. I guess let's work out the DP first. So the DP looks like you can iterate through what you want to place, and then you can place it. So if we're at some 1, we can place any number of 1s after that, or any number of zeros after that. So this is going to start at DP of the first 1. Yeah. So the final answer equals DP of first 1. Plus, like for each, well, like times the 0 prefix plus 1. Because anything you do after the first 1, you can do for all of the 0 prefixes. Okay, so very good. Now at the end, what is our base case for the DP? You can just keep as many zeros after you plus 1. There are that many things after you. So if you're 1, you can do after you plus 1. You can just keep that. Or in addition to doing the zeros after you, you can do any bigger number of zeros. Oh, you can do this. Then you can do DP of next 1 as well. You do any of those plus the next 1, which you may or may not need to include. Oh, you do need to include it. Yeah. So it's this times DP of next 1. Then so close here. Darn. Any number of zeros, then you can take the next 1. Or you can stop here. Yeah, I guess you could stop as well. So that's a plus 1. Or you could take more zeros after you, so that's like the 4 after plus 1. After is less than n, or is less than the biggest gap. Yes, that's the n squared, which you can optimize very easily. Yeah, I can't type that in a minute. Well, that's unfortunate. Am I going to lose red then? Because I'm so close to a massively large delta. That's the unfortunate part. I probably won't lose red. Unless I fail system tests. That's what I should spend the last minute doing. So I have all these counts. I have of in A. If anything is bigger in A, then print -1. Otherwise, count how many things go adjacent. So subtract out all the things that want to stay here. Then they want to stay here, so there's 0 that want to do that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Well, 300th place is not impressive. I'm very close to William Lynn, though, which is kind of funny. Someone mentioned 1v1 him, and interestingly enough, it looks like I would win this case. He has issues on B, right? Yeah, wrong answers. Or on A. What? It was just slow on B, maybe. Okay. Yeah, so I went down. He went down quite a bit more. Unfortunate for him. How did my friends do? Nice job, Ava. Good job. Ava's a pretty cool guy. I like him. Pretty funny, at least. Oh, sorry, Monaghan. My apologies. And sorry, UCF. Kind of not a good day for us. Alright, well, yeah, that's it.